I think about Vitalpoint Church, I think about the people. In 2014, two faith communities merged. They merged together around one common mission, and that was to reach people and introduce them to Jesus and see them grow to become fully devoted followers of Him. It was the mission that brought these two groups of people together. It was what was so exciting. It was as if God had given us a new song to sing. 2014, this song began to play out and verses began to be written. In 2017, this thought began to emerge about expanding and growing and launching a second location. And that started taking root and things began to happen. At the end of 2018, this group of people called Vitalpoint Church raised money to launch a second location in the Huron County region in Exeter. $125,000 were raised for the mission of reaching people. It was interesting to see in 2019, in September, when this new emerging community launched. The London community was excited, got behind this, and was cheering, and we launched with almost 200 people in the Huron County region. Things were going amazing. Early 2020, something began to happen that we could never have foreseen. Early 2020, our London trailer was stolen. We began scratching our heads wondering what was happening. And then early 2020, COVID hits and everything shuts down. We pivot online like every church in the world does. As we pivot, we get online. And it became very evident that as things progressed through 2020, that we were not going to be able to go back into our schools that we had been renting. Plans began to happen. Prayers went up. Over a coffee with a fellow pastor, he said, "Have you heard of Church Off 22 in Poplar Hill?" And I hadn't. And so I came and I was here and we started looking at this venue as a place to rent and a place that we could gather for our London community because it was about people. Vitalpoint has never been about a building. It's always been about people. And in the midst of this conversation, I threw out with the owner of Church Off 22, "Hey, would you ever consider selling?" She said, "I've always dreamt of a church moving back into this place." Conversations began to happen. Prayers began to go up with our board and strategic conversations with people outside of our board. And we began to realize that maybe God was up to something. He was going to continue to write this song in a way that would surprise all of us. I'm sitting here in this facility right now, in this Church Off 22 in Poplar Hill, with a message for us as Vitalpoint Church that our board, our leadership has decided to walk down this path to purchase this facility, to give us a centralized location, to give us a place for our London community and region to gather and to meet. Yes, we're going to start off by renting the facility, but our goal and our purpose is to purchase it. Because we believe that our mission is still about people. And we believe that this space will enable us to continue the mission of reaching people and introducing them to the life transformation message of Jesus. That we believe that from this place, people are going to be able to continue to develop into fully devoted followers of Jesus. That we're going to continue to be able to support the ever-expanding mission of Vitalpoint Church in smaller towns. That out of this space, we'll be able to see incredible children's ministry happen, student ministry. We'll be able to see kids' camps in the summer happen in this place, on this property. See, it's always been about people. It's always been about the mission of reaching people and introducing them to the life-changing message of Jesus. So, what's going to happen? What can you do? Well, first of all, I want to encourage you to pray. Prayer is an essential part of this because it's going to take each and every one of us to get before God and to pray. Because when we pray, faith begins to become strengthened. When we walk by faith, we create the future that God has for us. When we walk by faith, we enter into the future that God has designed for us. We get to partner with God in creating this new future, this new thing. Now, our leadership board has set a goal that we need $600,000 by December 31st of this year, of 2020. We're trusting and praying at minimum to reach this goal of $600,000. Anything above and beyond that will help us carry the costs of this facility and the expansion of Vitalpoint Church. It's an amazing task. It's an amazing goal that we're trusting God in His provision. When I think about Vitalpoint Church, I think about people. I think about people who have not been introduced to Jesus. I think about people who've been found. I think about people who are part of this church. I think about people who are not yet part of this church, in this community. I think of the Cams and Kirstens and James and Charlene. I think of people like Chris. I think about people like a Cohen or a Jack. I think about people that are names of people that we haven't even been introduced to yet. People that will encounter the life-transforming message of Jesus because of Vitalpoint Church. So I'm going to ask you to pray and join our team, our church, in moving forward in the purchase of this place. Will you pray?